Okay. So good evening, everyone. We are Sunday, the 15th of May. I'm Kelly, and I'm going to give you the training tonight. And I want to ask you a few questions. How many of you saw that in the last years, it was difficult for so many people? It was really challenging. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And how many of you saw people coming into this business and go into this business? Nobody saw somebody come in and come out? Yeah, of course. We all saw this. Yeah. And when that happens, how did that make you feel? How did that make you feel when you saw somebody go? As a bad leader. Thank you, Morgan. Sad for them. Failure. Frustrated. Yeah. Disappointed. Yeah. Yeah. I really understand all that kind of feelings because I also lost people in my team and I felt the same. So it's really important for you that what I'm going to give you as a topic tonight, that I think, to be honest, this is the most important part of our business. And how many of you would build a deep-rooted foundation with a team that is loving, that is caring, that is understanding, that they believe that they are part of something much bigger than themselves, and only want to see everybody win in the team? Who wants to have a team like this? Yeah. I think we all want to have a team like this, you know? We all want that, but to be honest with you, we only can achieve this if we put the people first. We only can achieve this if we put the people first above our own profits. And that's all start with ourselves. That all starts with ourselves. And what I see now, after the COVID situation, we had a quarantine, a lot of people had to have a lot of difficult years. People need us more than ever. But what I see is that we have to work harder to build a big, deep building relationship with our teams, especially after those years. Because if there is one product of Isogenics, and we love all the culture of Isogenics, we know this is a safe place for them. A safe place where they can achieve their goals, and maybe goals that they thought never was possible. For me, it was the same. When I think about myself, of the person who I was 4 years ago and the person who I am today, in front of you, I achieved things that I thought what never was possible. So this is a really safe place, but it all starts with us. And this is where Isogenics really is about. And I want to ask you a question, and an honest question, and you give yourself also an honest answer. Do you really breathing this enough? Do you breathing this enough that this is the culture of Isogenics? That we not putting our profits above the people, but that we are give the people the attention, everything that they need to achieve their goals above our own. And this is already starting from the beginning. When you start in this business and you have somebody who is new in your team, you are going to do the onboarding process. And if you are not going to do this really properly, then you're missing a really important part. We should never forget that we are in a relation business, building business. It's nice to help people, And we all want to have a business, right? Who wants to have a business who runs really fast, who is going really well, and that everything is going great? Well, no, like any business, nothing is going to go really without problems. It's normal that you're going to have things, struggles, but if we have someone new in our team, because of our own excitement and of what we want to achieve, it's sometimes a tricky one because we really want to go fast with them. We want to go quickly with them. And we quickly learn them all the skills, all the tools, the templates. We give them all to start in their business. And then we realize that we missed an important part, that we didn't do the deeper talk. Who is recognizing this? Put a one in the chat. Who is recognizing this? And for me, it was the same. When I started this business in the beginning, I was so excited that when I have someone new, I directly go into the training, give them the tools, give them, go make your list. This is the templates. And I'm not going to say to you that this isn't important. This is important because you need your systems. This is a duplication, and absolutely this is a part of the process. But all those things we are just talked about, that are just techniques that will help create a duplication in your business. But in addition to that, there's something much more important that we never have to forget. And there is a quote. Sometimes I read it over and over again because I want to feel it every day that I do the right thing. And I always say, people forget what they said, people forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. So the techniques are important, yes, because we have to build a foundation and everybody has to know what they have to do. But that is just a how. The how they are going to do their business. But before the how, there is always a why. And the why has always come first. So ask yourself these questions. And if you really want to be a good leader, a good mentor, a good teacher, and if you want to let people feel that they are important, then ask these questions to yourself. Do you really know every individual in your team? Do you really know them? What do you know about them? What do you know about your team? What are their goals? How does they see their lives, and how is their lives looking right now? Do you know their children, their husbands? Do you know the name of the children? Maybe they don't have children and they have a dog or a cat, and do you really know that? Because that are things that's important. That are their lives. And also important is, do you know the struggles? We all have struggles. If somebody tell me that they don't have struggles, then they lie. Because we all have a part of our life that we struggle with something. Do you know their fears? Where can you help them to be a better leader, to be a better mentor? And if you don't know that kind of things from them, how are you going to help them? And how are they seeing their vision for themselves in this year, next year, and the couple of years who are coming? So it's really important. And like Zach always said from the beginning, 4 years ago, is, do you know the color of their carpet in their home? And I know I built this business, and the last 2 years were really excited, and we built a lot from online and Zoom, and we need to dive deep in the team to learn to know everybody. But really, do you know the color of their carpets? And if you know the color of their carpets, you're going to build a beautiful foundation with your team. But if you are honest with yourself and you're asking yourself those questions and you don't find the answers, that's okay. Don't be mad on yourself, because I had the same in the beginning of my business. I was also really excited. I'm still excited, but I never try to miss this important part. And you always can start from the beginning again. Even if you have one team member in your team, or you have 10 or you have 20 people in your team, and you miss that important part, I really should ask you, start from the beginning with them and call them. Call them, because this is giving you a really good indicator. If you're going to ask yourself those questions and you can't answer them, then is it an indicator that you need to build your relationships deeper with them, that you need to know. And this is a funny part. You can call them and you say, look, I was just new in my business. I was so excited that I really forgot the most important step. Be honest, be vulnerable, and say it to them. Say, look, you are important for me. I want to drive this business together with you. I want to see you win. But before I can help you win, I need to know where you want to go. So really figure it out together, talk with them, and ask them deeper questions than you have did in the past. Figure it out what they want, what their fears are, figure it out, how you can support them the best, and build a great relationship with them. And why it's so important? Well, I'm going to give you an example, and I can give you an example in my business now, but I want to give you an example in my previous job, who I was as a manager. And we are not a manager in Isogenics of the people. We are mentors and coaches. But when I was working as a retail manager, I really quickly, when I was 22 years old, I had the responsible of a shop of 10 women that were older than me. But I quickly realized that building relationships with people, making how you make them feel important, making them believe in themselves, ensured me and the whole team more of a success than the managers who didn't pay attention to. And I literally saw other managers chose their own profits above their teams. And that was never a successful path in the long term, never. In the long run, it was never a successful path, because people felt unimportant, they felt involved, unloved, a number, and that created more problems in the workspace than was really necessary. And I could never relate to that kind of management, never. I was a really people manager. So for me, it was important that I didn't put my profits above the people. I always had respect for them. And I knew that we have to do this together as a collaboration and as a team. And in Isogenics, it's not the same. It's the same. We really need to see how important everyone is of you. And it doesn't matter if you have big goals, if you have small goals, but we all are one team. And what I learned is that each of them has an important role into that team. And everyone here in Isogenics has it too. And what I also saw in the shops and in the retail, that a lot of other shops had a lot of turnover. People were going so fast because they didn't feel respected and they didn't feel good at their job. But in my store, I didn't have that issue because the people felt important. And I helped them believe in themselves that they can do what they did. And this was the really difference between me and other managers who put their profits above their teams. And also, I'm going to give you another example. I have a really good friend. She was my assistant manager in the past. And she is already telling me 2 years now that she don't like her job anymore. She works this job, I think now 8 years. And I couldn't understand why she didn't take the decision to move forward and to change. And I have a lot of conversations with her. And I didn't understand. And I say, why, if you don't like your job, you take your decision and go. But I asked her one day a question, and I asked her, why? Why are you not going to take the decision? And she answered me, well, Kelly, she said, because my colleagues, I have a really good relationship with them, and they made me feel good. Because of them, I still feel good to be a part of that team. And it keeps me going. Even if she don't like her job, the people where she has to work with keeps her going into her job to not quitting at this moment. And I'm sure she's going to quit the job, because if you don't like it, you not can do it forever. But the people are keeping her into the game. Do you see what those two stories has in common? Put it in the chat. What have these two stories in common? Yeah. Well, it's how you treat people and how you make them feel is everything. We all know that this business has challenging. We all know that we are becoming a one day in a part, and we have a reflection of ourselves, that we are going to lose ourselves in comparison modes. No, any business was built with ease. In any business, that isn't possible. We all have to go through that process. But ask yourself, do you build a big, good foundation with your team? Build a beautiful relationship with them, so they can call you if it's a little bit more difficult, that you are there for them, that you are the support for them when they needed you the most. Really, ask yourself. Because if your answer is no, I really say, try to build that good relationship with them. Even if they're going to say to you, I'm gone, that's okay. We don't can keep people into this business if they don't want it to. But they are going to call you and they're going to explain you. And maybe you can feel it before it happens, that you can change something for them, that it never has to happen. And a community where people feel welcome, that no matter what, that they find the support, And imagine how your impact can be if you have a team that is supportive, that is taking care for each other, and that from everyone who is seeing this from the outside will see how close your team is and how supportive you are together with each other. This is a safe place. And more than ever are people looking for a safe place like that. So how you can create more community, because we have a lot of Zoom calls together, and I think we are happy that it's not anymore on Zoom calls, but in the first place, to have a really good understanding where the people are today. So call them, talk with them, speak with them, but the most important thing, listen to them. If you listen to them, you know where they are and you know where they want to go. And next to that, if you have asked the beautiful questions, you can build team buildings together. Come back together. Stop wasting your time all the time behind the laptop of the computer, the screen, because now it's more than ever the time to come back together and let them feel the community where Isogenics really is about. I became addicted to Isogenics. And in the beginning, when I was looking for a better life, this was the most beautiful part of this business, Not that I earned a lot of money. You know that I not earned a lot of money in my first year, but I loved the community. I loved the happy people. I loved the feeling that I was part of something bigger than myself. So come together. And what can you do is team buildings together. We did also team trainings in my home, and I think we really have to do it again because it's so nice to also meet people in real person. Go eat in a restaurant. If somebody hit the rank, do this together as a team. Have fun, enjoy. This is not only business, you know, this is business, and you can really, if you see it like a business, it's becoming a really good business, but you are building a business together with the people. So the most important part, if you want that people are seeing this for the long game, is that you build a community where they want to be a part of. And that's up to us, not up to them. It's up to us. If you look yourself in the mirror and you say, look, what can I do to give that feeling to people? So celebrate each other, have a nice team WhatsApp or Messenger group so you can support each other. So give them a good feeling. And my advice, create the best community ever. The best network marketing company where everybody is going to talk about. Go to Isogenics. The people are so nice. They know what they do. They help you achieve your goals, but they are really family. And be somebody who makes everybody feel like a somebody. And the rest will take care of itself. Really, this was my priority. My team was my priority. And you see what happened in my business. So I really want to thank you. And like Fraser Brooks said the last time, strangers turn into friends, and friends you turn into family. And you are all family. So let the people feel that we are in the most beautiful family that we can have. Thank you. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.